The point of my message is to say it is okay to have your emotions, men. And please understand that not everybody will write you off, or not everybody's going to judge you. Not everybody is going to deem you like a weak man for expressing yourself. You are not weak. You are not weak for expressing yourself. Actually, it shows strength. And I appreciate you. I'm back. It is Men's Mental Health Month, and I'm going to just jump right into this. We are going to talk about men feeling unheard. On top of that, the emotional weight that they carry, the emotions that they have, the emotions that are supposed to be there but never seen. So I'm gonna just come out into it like this. When I'm politicking with my bros, a lot of times they will tell me they don't feel listened to. They don't feel like people actually care if they have a good day. They don't feel like people actually care about the weight and the pressure on their shoulders. They don't feel that, even in their home, any woman, it don't matter. It could be they woman, any woman in their home, they feel like they have to question whether they were listened to. Want to know why? Because most of the time, any woman in their home, I'm not being very specific right now, most of the time they get more criticism from the women in their life than they do support. So what do? They internalize. Now, what happens when you internalize? You go inside and you isolate. That is normally what happens. They retract themselves from the home or from the environment that is not sewing into them. I hope that makes sense. That's one of the key points right there. And what they'll do is, as a man, as I would say as a man, like not me, but what I'm saying, like as men that I'm talking about, what they'll do is, they'll go to their boys. Because, man to man, they can understand and overstand and understand and middle stand each other. You know what I'm saying? Like they can talk with each other. And what do? They ask questions. They sometimes just listen and probably don't ask any questions. So some things are straightforward and explanatory. They say, would you like a suggestion? Or then be like, man, do you want my opinion on that? They'll actually ask they bro, what type of feedback they would like. Because we all know sometimes we don't want feedback. But also they will talk in such a way in which they are letting the person know that they are hearing them. So the most of the time boys go to their boys. On the second thing, they are also told to talk to an inanimate object. What do I mean? Men are told if you can't go to your boys and you can't go to home and talk to nobody, talk to a tree, talk to a pole. Wanna know why? Pole don't talk back. Pole don't have judgment. Pole don't have jealousy. There's certain things men can't talk to men about either, but this ain't that subject right now. Because if you making moves and you standing ground and you growing in your life, you also know you got men you got to stay away from. But like I said, that's another topic for a different day. But what I do want people to understand is when a man has to isolate, when a man only has his boys, when a man can't talk to the people in their house, and most of the time the people in a man's house is women, are women, sorry. When a man feels as if they are seen to be a pillar of strength, they are seen to be the person that needs to get their stuff together, that has to provide, that has to pay bills, that has to help mama, grandmama, auntie, sister, mother, younger brother out with their things, but nobody's helping them out with the mental things of life, with the pressures on life, with the coworker at work, or with the mental pressure that they're putting themselves under, with the duress that they go through, on top of not being able to speak. That is where I would say it becomes dangerous for men. So I want to address this emotionally. Emotionally, we should allow our men to express themselves. Emotionally, we should allow them to feel heard and to fully explain whatever in the world they did, right or wrong. Because as women, we want to be the first to correct. We want to be the first to teach. Because naturally we're mothers, we're nurturing, we're loving. That is not the time. It's not the time. There's a time and a place. It's not the time. So instead of, I guess you say, giving our 2 cents, let somebody complete their thought. Let somebody, express themselves. And here's the thing, it is okay. Like I tell people, we are in 2020. It is damn sure okay for a man to cry if they need to, for a man to, I guess, find an outlet if they need to. It is okay for them to actually state their emotions if they need to. Because we've always been allowed to express ours, haven't we? We've been taught to be ultimately outspoken, haven't we? Us little ladies. Yes, we have. So it is definitely time to allow men that same open space to heal. And I'm gonna conclude with a quote from one of my dear friends. His name is Devin. To say, I'm not gonna tag him because I'm a little private, y'all. Y'all know how I am. But I am gonna quote what he said. He said, "Being a man isn't just about strength. It's about silently carrying weight no one sees, smiling through storms and standing tall, even though you feel like falling." I would say falling apart. That's what he said. He said, "It's tough not because we don't feel, but because we are taught not to." And I'm going to tell every man, it is okay for you to feel. It is okay for you to express yourself healthily. Don't be breaking things, y'all. Unless you own them. Break your stuff. You can break what you own. It is okay to cry. It is perfectly okay to non-toxically express your emotions the same way we all have been taught to express our emotions, and us women have been taught to express ourselves abundantly since we have been born. I am here to tell you, men, it is okay. So take away from this talk that if a man is quiet, he don't feel safe in his space to speak. If a man is quiet, he feels like he gets more criticism than he does support. If a man is quiet, he's talking to someone that's listening. Now, here's the thing. It could be his boys, but I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm a woman. And I know other women don't want another woman being called because they're not listening. So you might want to do some listening. That's a note to women in my talk. That's a note to my women right there. You might want to do some listening. You might want to create a safe space if you have a man in your life. I know this talk didn't cover every last thing I wanted to, but it does cover the majority. And just know you are appreciated. You are loved for being open, for communicating, for being the strength, for going through the pressure, for getting yourself together, for making your foundation of life, for the sacrifices that you have to go through, for putting things, I guess say paying for things and putting things forward for your family that you might sacrifice for yourself. You are appreciated. See y'all.